Who sent you digital art process? Hello everybody who comes across this video. Welcome to a new video. I am Catheryn Kim, the artist behind CJKKJH. And for today's video, I'm going to try something new, which is a voiceover for a whole video. Wow, this is daunting. But to improve in life, you need to face your fear and feel scared. And I am definitely feeling that. Hopefully I'll do well. If not, please be nice. For this video's main topic, I'm going to do a deep dive into this artwork as I explain my thinking process behind creating this digital illustration. I think a lot of young and new artists can learn something new and maybe even apply it in their own process. I hope everybody uses common sense and doesn't think too narrow-mindedly like this is the only process. No, this is not true. The process of creating art is very fluid and very free-flowing, so be very open-minded when you hear information from the internet. So take in what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video and let's continue forward. How did it start? Every art piece's inspiration and creative process is always different for me, and I think that is the beauty of creating art. There's always something new you learn, problems that need to be fixed, and new solutions that need to be created to create beautiful pieces of art. For this specific artwork, I got inspired by the quote, "The mind replays what the heart can't delete," by 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻. Hopefully I pronounced her name right. If not, I apologize for that. Anyways, I read this quote once and something just clicked on my brain. This type of aha moment is not new for me, so I have come to a point where I know if a moment like this happens, I need to focus and let that creative state flow. Whether that is quickly writing down the idea, drawing my vision, or recording myself saying the idea. This specific idea only comes once and will never come again. I probably lost a lot of ideas because I didn't hold on to it and thought I would remember it for the future, but in the end, I didn't and just let it go, unfortunately. As I grew older and learned more about myself, I started to understand how I work and how I need to handle situations like this. I evolved to better handle and remember my creative sparks. On top of being an artist, I am also a writer, and intuitively a story was formed in my mind from this one quote. I wrote down the words that flowed through my brain on a Google Doc before those ideas faded away, because once ideas fade, they never come back. This may be different for everybody, but this is the case for me. There are times I do remember it because the idea was so significant, because I do have a relatively good mind, but when you get a lot of creative ideas, eventually you forget this and that over time, you know, because you just never decided to pursue that idea. It just became unimportant and it just disappeared. Continuing forward, after I wrote a short story with the quote, I randomly scrolled through Pinterest for more specific inspiration. I wasn't specifically searching for anything. I just decided to browse and let the universe work its magic to bring me my sources. It did. I had faith and it automatically flowed like a river. I came upon sources that clicked with my ideas, and I started mood boarding and creating a composition that was playing in my head as I found my sources and kept the idea of the short story in my head while I was creating this. At a time like this, I truly feel like a vessel for creating anything I desire, whether that is art, stories, music, designing, and etc. This state of flow still fascinates me up to this day if I deeply think about it. This process is truly miraculous and magical. For the longest time, I've been wanting to create one-piece story illustrations, but I feared creating it. Why? It's because it's new and different. That is a tendency humans tend to have when we face the unknown. We feel scared because we go into survival mode. We perceive the unknown as a threat because we can't predict the outcome, and our minds project the worst-case scenario. That is how my mind worked. All this is truly in the mindset. I truly believe the powers of the human minds transcend reality. The hardest part is believing and having faith that everything in the end will work out the way it's meant to be. So basically, training your mind to be more positive and courageous is the complex challenge we need to face. That is what I'm still trying to learn and master. I have always had a relatively negative mindset as a realist, how I was raised in overall environment. So for me, it's all about breaking these bad habits and forming new good habits. Changing a habit is truly hard, but nothing in life is free and easy. If it was, then the world would be a perfect utopia world. But it's not for a reason. I think we face all the challenges in our life for a reason, and it's helping us get enlightened and reach self-actualization. Anyways, I digressed a little. Back to the piece. This piece was daunting and kind of personal, so I didn't want to do it for a long time. For the longest time, I felt very detached from myself and just a vessel of someone I didn't recognize due to personal reasons that I won't state. As life goes on and time passes and I experience more things, I become more comfortable with myself. I started to accept myself for who I am and who I created myself to be, and not what others want or have created of me. For this piece, I let go of myself and went deeply into my subconscious world to create it. That is where the real magic happens in art. I can't specifically describe this state because how it happens is very situational. This is something you have to figure out on your own because how we reach our subconscious self is different for everybody. So for me, when I was creating this piece, I kind of just stare off into space and just go deep into my thoughts. So I'm like not even there. I'm just conversing with myself inside my thoughts, imagining things, and then this art just comes in like a flow state is how I would describe it. Let's go to colors. How did I choose these colors? I chose these colors based on the mood and aura of the piece. For this piece, I chose an almost monochromatic color scheme of muted blues, greens, white, black, gray, and beiges for the skin tone. Why did I choose these colors? The overall mood of this piece is sad, depressing, and cold, so I chose colors that presented so to me. Blue is a common color that is known to be sad, and that is why we have the phrase commonly known as feeling blue. I think this phrase was possibly introduced in the 13th century by Godfrey Chaucer, an English writer, and back in the 17th century. When a ship's captain or officer died at sea, the crew would fly blue flags and paint a blue band along the ship's hull upon returning to port to signal mourning and distress that their captain has passed. So there's a little history lesson for you that I researched. And another thing I got inspired to use these color tones are statues. I love statues, specifically by Michelangelo, and his marble statues are so beautiful, but they can seem aloof and stoic. So hence the color scheme is a bit monochromatic because statues are monochromatic too. They're all like gray tones. Another thing that influenced color into this artwork is the music I was listening to the whole time I was creating this artwork, which is Love Hangover by Jenny featuring Dominic Flick. I played this on repeat when I was creating this artwork. I love the blue tones in her music video where she is lying in the coffin. I used a similar tone for the hat on the girl. That was inspired from the music video, and that happened to match the color scheme I had. So everything just was like, yay, it worked out. The choice of a Polaroid frame in the artwork is symbolic of a significant but distant memory of the girl you see in the artwork. Also, it's another way of mixing history with modernism into the artwork since the Polaroid was trendy in the 1970s and 1980s, and it re-emerged again in the 2010 to present. This foreshadows the relationship between the girl and the guy in the artwork because the event has happened in the past, but it became a topic of the present because the picture exists in the present and evokes past memories. Storytelling in your artwork is extremely important to connecting with your audience and making your piece stand out. Storytelling has existed as long as time, and that illuminates the great value of it because it exists up to this day. People love stories. Stories can be seen and applied literally everywhere and anywhere. Storytelling is everywhere without you knowing. That is why having a story element and deeply thinking about the meaning and purpose behind your art is crucial to making or breaking your piece. I'm not perfect at it, but I am working hard to master it. How did I choose the title? This one is easy to answer. I told you before that I listened to Jenny's Love Hangover on repeat while creating this piece, and I have a favorite phrase in it, which is, fight me, fight me, fight me, you made me so unlike me. I don't want to talk, come behind me. No, you ain't the one, but you might be. Who sent you? Who sent you? Who sent you? Who sent you around again? The title is Who Sent You? I thought it aligned with the piece well, so I went with it. The title is very open-ended and it sounds like a double-edged sword, which fits the girl's thoughts very well, therefore it solidified my choice as the title. Usually the title of the art piece doesn't come this easily to me, but this one just clicked and worked out very well and fast. So lucky me. I am finally nearing the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video and liked me talking. If you want more content like this, let me know. If you made it to this point in the video, comment 2 blue hearts down below to make me smile. I hope you learned something new and / or at the very least was entertained by it. There's a lot more I can talk about, but I have a time limit, so I'm going to end the video here. If you like this artwork, it is available as a print in my shop at CJKKJH.com. All links below in the description box, like always. Thank you for watching. Until the next video. Bye!